Panera came under fire this year for getting suspiciously preferential treatment from the state of California. But what if I told you there's something going on at the heart of the company that is far more sinister than a wink and a handshake with Gavin Newsom? Panera Bread was known for its freshly baked bread and whole ingredients. However, since being bought by the firm JAB Holdings, this restaurant chain has seen a decrease in food quality, massive layoffs, increased prices, widespread employee dissatisfaction, pissed off customers, and even customer deaths. In this video, I'm going to discuss with you how private equity ruined Panera. Panera was founded in 1987 in St. Louis, Missouri. Originally known as the St. Louis Bread Company, the business found success quickly and expanded to 20 locations around the St. Louis area. In 1993, the founders of Au Bon Pain Co., Louis Kane and Ron Shake, acquired St. Louis Bread Company for $23 million. Ron identified a growing market for high-end chain restaurants that serve healthy food people could eat without feeling guilty. Eventually, this chain became well known across the country as Panera. Panera became known over time for innovation and long-term thinking. Panera pioneered ideas like having Wi-Fi at each location. In fact, in 2004, Panera was the largest free Wi-Fi provider in the US. Panera championed a focus on serving clean, healthy food, being the first national restaurant chain to volunteer calorie count information to guests. While their prices were higher than the average fast casual chain, the superior food, customer experience, and technological edge kept them on top. According to The New Yorker, by 2010, despite being on the heels of the '08 financial crisis, Panera was opening a new store almost every 3 days, with more than $1 billion in total annual sales. Under the direction of Ron Shake, Panera developed digital ordering, catering, and food delivery. Analysts in 2016 saw Panera as a juggernaut, competing with the likes of Chipotle and outperforming other high-end fast food chains like Noodles & Company. Shake's focus on quality food, innovation, taking care of staff, and overall long-term thinking paid off. Panera arguably reached its peak in 2017. 2017 was also the year when Shake, tired of dealing with the headache of running a public company, sold the business to a German private investment firm known as JAB for $7.5 billion. The valuation was more than 3,000% of what he originally purchased the business for. JAB immediately took the company private. Shake believed that this was a sign that the business would be run with a similar long-term way of thinking, as private companies are not beholden to the same shareholder pressures and potential for hostile corporate takeovers. However, since taking over, JAB has taken the business in a far different direction than Shake's original vision. JAB Holding Company wasn't the first private equity firm to attempt a takeover of Panera. Shamrock Activist Value Fund LP in 2007 and Luxor Capital in 2015 both attempted to strong-arm the company away from Ron Shake's vision. Shake despised these private equity firms for what he described as short-term profit mindset.
Here's the reality, Jim. We have increasingly moved into a world of pervasive short-termism. Yes. It isn't hard to walk in and look at you and say, I got 2% of your stock, I got 6% in derivatives, I'm now your owner, I want you to cut your costs in half, I want you to lever up your balance sheet, we'll get the stock price up and we'll let somebody else worry about the carcass.
Shake believed that JAB would be different, that they would be stewards of the long-term growth of the company as he had been. As it turns out, JAB had exactly the opposite intentions. JAB completely gutted the business and seems to only have one goal: squeeze every dollar out of the company they possibly can. They are reducing food quality by decreasing the quality of ingredients and transitioning to more frozen food, all while increasing prices. Employees report that nearly every pastry is now frozen and that bread is now being partially baked, delivered to the cafe, and then finished in an on-site oven. Customers are having to pay the same premium prices for food that is no longer premium. Cafes are being modified to remove ovens and add even more freezer space. Bakers have faced cuts in hours and even layoffs due to their work being slowly removed from the business. Employees have gone online to report deteriorating work culture and decreases in benefits. The new items that Panera has added to the menu have proved controversial as well. Panera has faced 3 lawsuits regarding its charged lemonade, which allegedly caused the deaths of 2 customers and significant cardiac injury to a third. Panera claimed the drink to be clean and healthy. However, these drinks were loaded with up to 82 grams of sugar, which was later switched to an artificial sweetener. To put the level of caffeine in these drinks into context, the average 8-ounce cup of coffee has about 80 to 90 milligrams of caffeine. An 18-ounce can of Monster Energy has about 160 milligrams of caffeine. A charged lemonade, which came in either 20-ounce or 30-ounce cups, contained roughly 260 to 390 milligrams of caffeine respectively. Many wonder why so many changes are being made that go directly against the clean food philosophy that made Panera so successful in the past. The picture became clear in late 2023 when JAB began the process of taking the company public once again, proving that their intention all along was to flip the business for quick cash. Private equity firms flip businesses like Panera by first doing a buyout on the business, often using large amounts of debt. This is often referred to as a leveraged buyout, or LBO. The private equity firm then spends roughly the next 2 to 7 years reducing expenses and maximizing cash flows. This is done with the goal of eventually finding a new buyer or taking the company public at a much higher valuation than what the private equity firm bought the business for originally. They can also use the higher valuations to get lending at even higher dollar amounts for other even bigger ventures. This is why these firms make changes that seem counterintuitive and often damage the long-term health and reputation of the business. For these firms, the long-term outlook of the business bears no effect on their ability to make money. The private equity firms know they will make far more money in less time with these aggressive strategies than they would holding the business and maintaining it over decades. For Panera, the changes made by JAB have damaged the customer experience and caused thousands to lose their jobs. These changes have also sacrificed the values and reputation the Panera brand has built up over the past decades in pursuit of short-term profits. Panera Bread has descended from a cherished icon to another cautionary tale of private equity hollowing out once beloved businesses for the sake of profit. It serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between profit and principle in the business world. The incredible growth of chains like Cava and Sweetgreen have proven once again that focusing on delivering a quality customer experience and upholding corporate principles is what creates long-term value, especially in an industry as cutthroat as the restaurant industry.